Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. The Honorable Lecturer, Mr. Dr. Kaharudin, SIP and home, as a lecturer in Discourse Analysis course. So, my name is Andi Astri Mulyani, the student of the 6th semester of PBEA. So, in this video, I want to fulfill the assignment in discourse analysis. So there is a several questions that I should answer briefly and effectively. So to advantage of this time, let's move to the question of number 1. The question of number 1 is: there are three perspectives used to explain the reasons for studying discourse analysis. What perspectives are they? Okay, so there are three perspectives for studying discourse analysis. The first one is academical reason. An interdisciplinary field of research, discourse analysis is closely related to linguistics, sociology, anthropology, psychology, philosophy, communication, and education. Students will investigate and explore texts and discourses that are used in social contexts. According to Wood 2014, students investigate how people express meaning in social interaction, not as an independent endeavor, but rather as the outcome of dynamic. And the second one is pragmatical reason. The second reason is the result of discourse analysis will certainly bring about knowledge function in the context of English language teaching, which are expected to minimize the pragmatic difficulty and enable the learners to use English appropriately. So the first one is inform learners about linguistic feature of language use in real life context. And the second one is find out how language should be used for communication. And the third is recognize the most appropriate uses of language for communication. So the third is pedagogical reason. Discourse analysis is crucial in developing language learners' communicative competence. It connects teacher and the communicative approach, enabling them to effectively teach language skills like phonology, morphology, syntax, and semantics. English teachers must teach communicative competence, enabling students to use language functionally and socially in communicative events. Okay, let's move to the question of number 2 is: who should learn discourse analysis and why? So my question is: discourse analysis is a methodological approach used to study language in social contexts, examining how language is used to construct meaning and shape social interaction. So discourse analysis provides language educators with insight into how language is used in authentic contexts, helping them design more effective language teaching material and active learning. Discourse analysis is valuable for individuals across various discipline interests to understand how language shapes social interaction and construct meaning. Okay, so let's move to the question of number 3. What should the student do in learning discourse analysis? So, my answer is there are at least two main activities the student will do in discourse analysis. There are learning the theoretical concept of discourse analysis and doing an analysis of a particular discourse. So the question of number 4. What are the advantages of learning discourse analysis? Here are the reasons based on academic perspective. The first is acquire a true understanding of discourse analysis is a tool for examining discourse. And the next is developing student critical thinking skill through discourse analysis as a classroom research approach. So, for example, a student might learn to analyze statements from their real spoken language of English. So, there are another perspective. There are pragmatic perspective about the advantages of learning discourse analysis. So, the advantages is to communicate effectively in foreign language. A speaker must acquire both structural and functional knowledge. They are crucial for use in social interaction to avoid pragmatic issues based on the language used in context. So the next is the question of number 5. According to discourse analysis view, what should be learned and should be taught in foreign language? According to discourse analysis view, things that should be learned and should be taught in foreign language, namely, first, foreign language has to be studied carefully, which means that learners in need of learn two different dimensions, either form and function, of a foreign language in order to be able to use it successfully in their social life. And the second is the student need to be taught not only the language form, the pronunciation, vocabulary, and grammar, but also the language function, that is to learn how to convey the purpose of using some typical expression according to their context. And the next is the number of the sixth number. The question of number 6. In more specific case, what are the advantages of learning discourse analysis? For sum up this answer, discourse analysis make effort to identify linguistic features that characteristic particular use of language, social as well as cultural factors which facilitate learners' interpretation and comprehension on different genres of text and talks. And the last question is how to use discourse analysis in pedagogical context. How to use discourse analysis in pedagogical context is English teacher must focus on teaching communicative competence, enabling learners to use their language knowledge functionally and socially in communicative events. This involves integrating discourse analysis into pedagogical system, integrating 4 language skills through student-oriented classes, authentic tests, and communicative testing principle. Understanding and teaching the discourse function of the target language is crucial for effective and fluent communication. So, there are the question of this assignment. I hope my explanation bring benefit for all of us, especially for myself. Thank you so much guys for watching this video, and see you in the next video. Bye bye. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.